Tonight, after deadly outbreaks spread within some of their walls, investigators fined several nursing homes thousands of dollars for problems with infection control and COVID-19 protocols. Yet, a new Where's the Money investigation revealed those same nursing homes collected government bonuses that in most cases offset their original penalties. Right now on your screen, there's a QR code that you can scan that will send you straight to a database so you can see which nursing homes received the federal payments. Nate Morbido has more in tonight's Where's the Money report.
We analyzed 2 sets of federal data and identified more than 100 nursing homes in the Carolinas that one government agency penalized for breaking COVID-19 and infection control rules, only for another to award them taxpayer money for reducing COVID infections.
Faith.
He was my church buddy.
Ken Moody's daughters put their faith in the Citadel Salisbury.
He was laughing, joking, having a good time.
Assured the nursing home would protect their 78-year-old father at the start of the pandemic. But in a matter of weeks,
He said, "Your dad is done," and we didn't even know he was sick.
they say the Citadel shattered their faith,
Sad.
forcing the sisters to say goodbye to their beloved dad over FaceTime.
And he tried to open his eyes, and he just sobbed.
Their tears continue to flow more than a year after his death. The family's attorney confirms state inspectors now list Moody by another name, resident number 11.
We were told he would be in a private room for 2 weeks.
Inspectors found the Citadel failed to place him in quarantine when he first arrived, instead giving him a roommate.
After he passed away, we found out the roommate had COVID.
Their report also cited his missing mask when his family visited him through the glass windows in the lobby. Public records showed the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services fined the Citadel multiple times in 2020. In May, citing a system failure that likely placed residents at an increased risk of COVID-19, concluding the nursing home failed to quarantine some new residents, failed to quickly follow CDC face mask guidance, failed to promptly notify residents and/or their families of positive test results, and even failed to notify one family of a loved one's death.
These are human beings that have life stories, that have people that love them and care for them.
County records show 18 people died from COVID here. The Citadel home to 189 cases of illness in all. While Moody's daughters and those other families grieved, the Health Resources and Services Administration awarded the Citadel Salisbury $194,000 in performance-based incentive payments, unsolicited, for keeping infection and mortality rates low at the end of 2020.
It's like you're numb, when you hear that.
First, the Citadel tested their faith. Now, the federal government has.
How does that make you feel to know the federal government gave this facility that much money at the end of 2020?
Angry and sad for the people still there.
It's totally sickening.
Our analysis identified more than 100 other nursing homes in the Carolinas that also collected federal incentive payments, despite infection control and COVID-related penalties, combined receiving $10 million more in bonuses than fines. The CEO of the North Carolina Healthcare Facilities Association told us those payments enabled many facilities with better patient outcomes near the end of the year to invest in their staff and further improve patient care, after already working tirelessly under incredibly challenging conditions to care for the state's most vulnerable citizens.
It is an erosion of enforcement. It's an erosion of accountability.
What message does that send?
Yeah, it sends the message that our loved ones' lives just didn't matter.
Brian Lee runs Families for Better Care, a national nursing home watchdog group.
I think this is about the saddest commentary of this pandemic when it comes to nursing homes. Absolutely.
For years, he served as Florida's long-term care ombudsman. Lee calls what played out with federal money inside the Department of Health and Human Services a best-case scenario for nursing homes.
The nursing homes, as they normally do, they win and the residents lose.
Residents like Ken Moody.
He was definitely a people person.
A loving father who dedicated his life to protecting others.
He cared so much for homeless people.
A man his daughters say didn't receive protection when he needed it the most.
My dad always always loved it.
His favorite cross necklace
Sorry.
around her neck.
It's hard to go in church and see where we used to sit together.
Kelly Moody Fesperman and her sister Lisa Dawn Moody are now putting their faith in a law firm.
I don't want any other family to go through what we've had to go through.
Accordius Health, which runs the Citadel Salisbury, became the subject of a class action lawsuit just this week. Inspectors fined more than a dozen of its other nursing homes too, facilities that also benefited from this incentive program. Accordius Health declined comment for this story. Nate Morabito, WCNC Charlotte.